What was I going to talk about? Right, long exposures. That's what we were supposed to talk about. Ugh. Alright, long exposures. They are sometimes some of the best looking photos that you can get. Maybe you might get like a bus trail or something like that, or even the night sky can look absolutely incredible. However, perfecting these is a little bit difficult, but also can be super easy. So I'm going to go through just some tips and tricks on how you might want to tackle trying to take these photos. So obviously the first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you actually have some sort of light trail or some sort of light that you want to feature as your light trail. So this can be, for example, and for the example that I'm going to run through, this can be just essentially a car's tail lights, let's say. And so the best thing to do for that realistically is to find somewhere that you want to take a photo. Like for example, I took some light trail photos outside of St. Paul's Cathedral. And then essentially what you want to do is you want to wait and bide your time. Patience is one of the biggest things with these light trail photos. I mean, for example, some of the photos that I've tried to do with light trails in have taken 20-25 minutes just for this one shot. Maybe the traffic's not so heavy, so you need to actually wait for the traffic to appear and stuff like that. So the tip number one is be patient and wait your time. Tip number two is essentially just keep as steady as you can, because the more you move, the more your shots end up looking like this. So you can go from this to this, which this looks a lot better than this, right? So you really do need to make sure that you stay as still as possible. Now, whether or not you lean up against a wall or a tree or or leave your camera on the ground or something like that, that will help you absolutely massively. Or obviously, and the best option is to use a tripod. Now, the third thing that you want to do as well when you actually take the photo, and this is especially something that can happen with cheaper tripods, is that when you actually press to take a photo, you can actually knock the camera slightly and make it move. Now, that's not particularly a huge problem 90% of the time. However, it can happen. And so getting either a shutter release button or maybe even setting your camera up so that it's on a timer, so you press it and then in a second it takes a photo, so it's not from when you release. And like if I press this, you can see it, yeah, even on the recording there, you can see it shuffles around a little bit, and so after 2 or 3 seconds you can see it stabilized as well. So that's the other tip that I actually have. And so you can actually go from getting blurry photos or photos with the light trails where it's slightly off, and get them really nice and sharp. But yeah, honestly, just be patient, stay steady, and make sure that you have the composure correct. Just honestly, trial and error is massive when it comes to this sort of thing. Especially, for example, you might think you've got the shot, but honestly, just try and get the shot again. So that you always have a backup and stuff like that. Honestly, because the more photos that you take, especially messing around with how long you might want to have the exposure for, maybe a second and maybe 2 seconds, it can be completely different. So honestly, play around with it, and the more you take these photos, the more comfortable you will get with them. But honestly, the best thing you can do is go out and try and do these photos. So please stop watching this YouTube video, or maybe if it's the middle of the day, carry on watching this YouTube video. But if it's nighttime, go out and shoot. That's all you need to do to get better and better at these photos, because the more you, especially if you use the tips that I just told you about, the more you take these styles of photos, the better you will become. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit waffly, but I really do hope that you actually gained some value from this video. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I do genuinely really appreciate it. So if you've done all of that and you've enjoyed the video, I will bid you farewell. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.